Hey Raiders, welcome back to HCTV. I'm Tuan Tran.
I'm Sophia G.
I'm Catherine Armitage.
I'm Dustin Schumann.
I'm Gio Contini.
I'm Shania Patrick.
And this is HCTV.
This is HCTV.
In today's episode, we will talk about the top stories around the world, have a discussion, and continue our story.
You should join us on today's adventure.
We probably should. Why don't we?
We are already on today's
We're
adventure.
already on, so why don't we just continue? Alrighty, Raiders, welcome back to the In the News segment of this podcast. Sophia, take it away.
So first up, we have a lip sync video challenge. So DM a lip sync video by yourself or with your friends to your favorite school appropriate song. The due date is May 3rd at 10 a.m. So make sure to include your name, grade, and cohort with your submission. Check out the Instagram to see our take on it.
Guys, rack up those Color Wars points, Raiders. Color Wars points, Raiders. Rack them up. Because not only is that going on, but the Pass It On challenge will be happening as well. This is the final, I repeat, the final Color Wars challenge. A single video per grade must be submitted, and the grade must decide who their editor for the video is. 5 points for every 10 students will be awarded in color, and 2.5 points for every student after 10. This is the final Color Wars event of the year, so the more class members participating, the higher chance of winning. Videos must be submitted by May 25th at 3 p.m. Check out the Instagram to see Student Council's take on it.
All right, guys, so to add on to the news, today is actually National Arbor Day. So today we celebrate nature.
What's
in more
that?
specific terms, trees.
Oh.
So according to the National Today's website, America's first Arbor Day took place towards the start of the 1870s, right around the time Congress established Yellowstone National Park, celebrating nothing less than humanity's endearment towards nature on April 30th, just after Earth Day.
This is a money tree.
No, it's
Any
not.
money from that yet?
I'm working on it. And it's starting to bud. You know what I hope though? If that gives me money, I kind of should throw this away because this is called a spider plant. I don't want spiders.
Can it do what a spider can?
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather some moolah than some little critters crawling in my bed. Yeah. But
Moving
happy
on.
Arbor Day, guys. Happy Arbor Day.
Yeah, happy Arbor Day to everybody.
I think in Ontario, it's actually Arbor Week.
Oh, really?
Okay, happy week.
I'm actually not that weak, Sophia, but thank you for discouraging me there. Happy
Anyway, guys.
strong. Happy
We
strong
could beat Dustin
Arbor
in a
Day.
fight.
You all could. Are you kidding? I don't fight.
Anyways,
Strangle him.
So this year we have seen a lot of new reboots from popular TV shows such as, Saved by the Bell, Avatar,
Yeah.
Clueless, iCarly, The Fresh
Space
Prince of
Jam.
Bel-Air. So yeah, this year there's tons of new reboots and reshowings of shows. So what do you guys think of this? Do you think it's a good idea to reboot some of these old shows, or should it be left alone?
Isn't Percy Jackson also getting a reboot?
Is it really? Because I don't think that should be rebooted.
I
That was
think a lot of
good. The
things should be
movies were
rebooted.
good.
Sometimes they just ended off really well, and then if you bring it back, then it's not going to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
It kind of takes away from it. I've watched multiple seasons of one show where the first season was absolutely spectacular, and then I watched the second and I was like, this kind of ruins it a little bit. I wish they would have just left it at the first.
The thing with
in that aspect, I do think that one season or one, it just adds to the nostalgic aspect of it, I guess.
the thing with reboots is that they're a lot of the times they're not really well received. For example, I'm just thinking of what was that show? Dora got a reboot and no one liked it, or I forget what else, but My Little Pony and a lot of the bronies were really upset about that. And a bunch of people, like, I don't know, just a bunch of different shows or movies got reboots, and a lot of times they're not well received. But if like writers and directors and animators, whoever's working on the film, can do a good job and actually like, you know, kind of keep things generally the same and don't stray too far off the original formula, I think it could have potential to be really good.
Like Scooby-Doo. Those were like good reboots. Like they've done that, like they've made like multiple shows of Scooby-Doo. And then like they kept that same thing.
But the thing with Scooby-Doo is that every episode is a completely different, it's the same formula, but a completely different situation, if that makes any sense. But so with that kind of a show, you can reboot it and not have any problems because it would be different anyway if it were the same, like if you still kept it the same.
I agree.
Catherine?
Because it didn't really have an overarching story.
Hold on, Gio!
I forgot about that.
That's okay. I forgive you.
I think if like the story like ends on a good note, then you definitely shouldn't like go any past that. But like if it makes sense, it can turn out good as long as they don't like change it too much. Like if they change the whole entire plot to where it doesn't make sense, or like they change like the characters and like it won't turn out good.
That was so wise. I agree.
That was a fair, you know what, that's a fair point. Like,
you literally just said everything on my mind.
Yeah, I don't even have anything to add to that.
And the
A
thing with
wise
reboots,
woman she
like,
is.
Sometimes you like not all the same like people can come back, which is bad.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like when they ended the show, like Catherine was saying, and they ended it off well, and then they bring it back. It's kind of like.
But you know why they continue it after they've ended it well? Because they've already got a target audience. Money.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're not gonna lose from that. People might say, "Oh, this is bad," but they're still getting watched. The videos are still being viewed. You're still making money. So obviously, from that point of view, you're not gonna deny a lot of money when you have the potential for it, right? So.
Have you ever? Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Have you ever watched something because someone was like, "This is so bad"?
No.
Like, yeah. So I feel like that is also. I don't know why I said that, but
I'm like, is it though? Let me find out for myself.
Yeah,
there's a video I watched with Gavin.
Money moves have been made.
I watched a video with Gavin last night that was titled "Among Us Happy Meal at 3 a.m. OMG, I got the imposter," and it was so laughably bad. Me and Gavin were almost peeing ourselves. We were laughing so hard. It was literally. It was just.
Did you?
If the thing is, if something like a movie or no, we did not.
Oh.
If something like a movie, why are you disappointed?
I'm sorry.
If a movie or show like fails or something is just so bad that you can laugh at it, then it could still generate an audience and generate like hype and buzz. But like, there's got to be like a middle ground.
It's like that film. It's like that film Room, where it was filmed really poorly, and the director was both the actor and the producer, and that film was hated throughout America, but now it's gone like it has a cult following now, right? And there's been a remake movie with James DeFranco. Right?
What's his name? The guy who's
Tommy,
what are you doing on your computer? Yeah. He's like, what are you doing on your computer? Go outside, it's beautiful. And he chucks it out the window or something like that.
Yeah. So are you guys against reboots or for reboots?
If they're good, then I'm for them. I'm really hoping the Friends reboot turns out good because I really can't wait to watch it.
I'm like 50-50.
Me too.
If they can do it well, then they're great. Which is true about everything, really.
Dustin, Shania?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're for them?
No, like I'm 50-50 as well. Like if they're done
Me
well.
too.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if they're done well.
Me too.
Good. If they're done horribly, then horrible.
Yeah. Bad job if they did a bad job, but great job if they did a great job.
I think that's what it is. I think
it is what it is till it ain't.
And I feel like there's some things that you can reboot, and then there's some things that you can't reboot.
Yeah, like if it ain't
no way
broke,
of doing
don't
it
fix
well.
it.
Percy Jackson should be left alone. The childhood show should be left alone. But like, yeah.
Gio, what was your take on the Dora and My Little Pony? Did you enjoy
I did not watch them. I just.
Gio was one of the bronies.
You're so out of this trend going on right now, Gio.
Dustin, are you a brony?
A pony?
A brony.
What does that mean?
Oh,
it's
God, you guys don't know what
bro,
brony means?
a bro pony. Sorry.
I don't
It's
Maybe
like a bro pony.
I didn't even watch that
I'm
show.
a male horse. Sorry.
I am a
yes,
horse.
Gio. I'm a male horse.
I am a horse.
Are
No,
we
it's
moving on? Are we moving on?
literally like 30-plus-year-old men who enjoy watching My Little Pony and go to conventions.
Are we moving on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
move on.
Okay.
Anyways, so the final question is, in your own opinion,
In your pony. In your pony. Sorry.
I'm Rainbow Dash, guys.
my bad.
Restart.
So, in your own opinion, do you think movies, music, and media is better before 2000s, or do you think they're better now?
Now.
Now.
Ooh.
100% now.
No.
There's just more resources. There's more, for example, with movies, there's way more you can do with CG. Like, for example, the new Godzilla movies, they're like pretty much all CG. That's their whole thing. And it looks awesome. Like,
Yeah, but there comes a point where like CG takes over the storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
but that's not necessarily a bad thing
Maybe.
because it looks,
maybe I
it just,
will, maybe I won't.
Not for all movies. Like, I mean, and if you wanted to go backwards, you can like film and make things in the style like
If you want to watch a drama of like CGI, this and that, totally nowadays technology is advanced to that. If it's anything to do with love or romance, you got to go way back. You got to go way back because there is nothing good in that category whatsoever anymore.
I think
there's
it's
certain
that-
things that
Just
we
gonna put that
excel
out
at
there.
now, and there's certain things that we cannot do now. And that's true about the past. There's certain things that they couldn't do, and there's certain things that they excelled at because they couldn't do the other things.
Like there's a lot of movies that you can't beat, you know, like Singing in the Rain, Sound of
Titanic.
Music, even Titanic with Leonardo DiCaprio, man. Like, how can you beat that, right? And I would,
You can't.
yeah, exactly.
Leo's too cute. You can't beat him.
That's very true. Just gonna put that out there. Hey,
I mean, yeah.
you and me are Leos too. Yeah, yeah.
Hey!
Also, just gonna put that out there.
Yeah. We have the same birthday.
Okay, my bad. But yeah, that's my take on it.
hmm
Shania, Catherine, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with they said. Like, I think in some aspects it can be good, but when like new features like take over the movie where like there's hardly any effort in other places, then it doesn't have like the same movie feel.
Defeats the purpose. Yeah.
I agree with that. And also, like,
hmm
if you're going like too far before the 2000s, when like you couldn't even do movies and movies were like plays, like I think that we've come a long way with like technology and things like that we can add a lot to like entertainment and things like that. So I think like now we are in a better place like with technology, but like Catherine is saying, like there are certain areas that were better before the 2000s.
Yeah.
The thing is now that technology now is so common and it allows like the average Joe to make like a cool song or to make like a short film, where before that was completely impossible. Like you had to be a professional songwriter or like a director and have access to all these kinds of like cameras and all this like technology that was like advanced at the time. And like but and I feel like it's just enabled more people to get their ideas out there. Like look at like TikTok or YouTube or like Instagram. Like people can get their stuff out there, whereas before they couldn't. And that's another big advancement, I think, that could be either viewed as bad or good. But I think it's good that people can get their ideas out there in some ways.
Imagine.
That's a whole other discussion we already had.
That's true. Can you imagine being in like the 15 or 1600s or something, and then they're like, "Hey man, where are you going tonight?" And they're like, "I'm going to the theater to watch Shakespeare perform his play." You know, like I feel like that's so different than being like, "I'm going to the movies." You know,
Yeah.
you literally just watch people kill each other and you throw money at them or whatever too. Not in the movies. I mean,
We're
you know,
there?
That's like what the
I was
Roman
actually there
gladiators did.
in the 1500s or 16. I don't know when was.
15.
Hey Siri. When was Shakespeare alive?
William Shakespeare was born the 1st of April, 1564 and died the 23rd.
Boom!
People. Hello, listeners. We are now moving into the story section of our podcast. How this will work is throughout the podcast, you'll hear a cheesy fictional story about our character who goes to Holy Cross.
You will hear different drama, academics, and issues happening in his life. Without further ado, here's Catherine Armitage.
All right, so here's a recap. The minor troubles that the ghosts were causing continued. Taylor and his friends end up finding a box that matches the glowing of the key, and Taylor retrieves another box, meant to be unlocked with the key they have, from a girl he did not recognize. They unlock the box, and it tells them to open a secret compartment on the back of the first box. Story ends with them opening it. Alright. My friend and I open the box, excited and nervous to see what could be inside. When we open it, we find a single locket. We still have a bit of time before class, but now that the lobby was crowding with students, we decided to move to the staircase to open the locket, to be closer to our classes just in case when we opened it, we could have less worry about being late. Plus, it was less distracting in there. We sat down and opened it up. Immediately, my friend was confused, but I was shocked. The photo inside was the very mysterious girl that passed me the second box earlier that morning. It was no ordinary photo, though. It was glowing, like it may have been a screen showing the image. That is the girl that gave me the box, I told him. We were both puzzled about what role the girl played in the ghost mystery. I had never seen the girl anywhere before I saw her this morning, which added on to the mystery. Maybe she, just as my friend started to talk, the girl who the locket belonged to walked into the stairwell. My friend turns to her and says, "Who are you?" The girl does not respond, simply walks to the top of the stairwell and turns around. Hey! She points at the locket. "How come you have my necklace?" She walks right back down the stairs and takes it out of my hand. As she does, I know something is wrong. Right then, she shifts into a ghost. It was a ghost the whole time, just disguised as a girl. I don't know how they were able to make their translucent self transform into such a realistic being, but it was astonishing. But now we had a new problem. There never seemed to be an end to the ghosts. The battle goes the same, and it's no surprise that we win. The ghost disappears, drops the locket, and that is it. It's nice to have a souvenir from all our troubles. At my break, my friend and I meet at our usual bench. We planned to take a break this break, now that we were not in the middle of our mystery. I fiddle around with the locket in my hand. I opened it up to look at the photo. That's when I was surprised. The photo had changed. There's now a picture of a random ghost, not matching any previous ghost, sitting in the stairwell. Oh man, we can't even have a nice break without a ghost interrupting us. We head to the stairwell and see something we have never seen before. Once again, we are leaving off on a cliffhanger. I hope you enjoyed the story segment of this podcast for this week. This week's lesson is unrelated to the story because I just wanted to say something. Now that we are on week 1 of Module 7, we are online and it's a new module, I want to say to make sure you stay motivated and keep being great. It's not always easy online, and I know many people prefer in-person class, but the day where we can go back to school will hopefully feel like it will come soon.
That was very motivational, I gotta say. That ending, the ending always gets me. I really enjoy your stories. And listeners, I hope you guys at home do as well. I mean, if you guys like this podcast, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe, because you know what? Kindness lives here. And why don't we just spread a little bit more kindness?
And if you have any questions or things you would like us to talk about, leave them in the comment section below.
That is it for this week, Raiders Cast. Make sure to follow at the Angus Army on Instagram and at HC Student Council on TikTok for more information regarding events and news.
Stay tuned for more interviews, discussion, news, stories, and more.
That's all, Raiders and guests.
Stay safe and stay kind. I'm Twan Tran.
I'm Sophia G.
I'm Catherine Armitage.
I'm Dustin Schumann.
I'm Gio Contini.
I'm Shania Patrick.
And this has been HCTV. See you next time, listeners.
This is HCTV.